and welcome to English news coming to you from Canal. First, the top stories of the news. Algeria is making a giant stride in all domains since the election of President Abdelmajid Tebboune, according to the daily newspaper Al Mujahed. The Interior Minister pays tribute to the memory of the duty martyrs, victims of the plane crash that occurred in Jijil province. Tension between Algiers and Paris at the heart of our national concerns. In France, a controversy fueled by the French far right. Welcome once again. First in our news, Algiers' shift from a nation in recovery to a forward-driven state is no longer a promise, it's a reality. Under the leadership of President Abdelmajid Tebboune, the country is turning its 2025 vision into concrete results. Details with Melissa Kabash.
Algeria is no longer just dreaming of development, it's living it under the leadership of President Abdelmajid Tebboune. The country has made significant progress, regaining stability, reaffirming its sovereignty and setting a clear path towards long-term growth. In just 6 years, Algeria has overcome major challenges and launched a new model of national transformation, grounded in a vision focused on the future. The government is pushing forward with reforms, despite ongoing criticism from those who resist change. Algeria's progress is backed by solid results. Economic growth has reached 4.2%, foreign exchange reserves stand at $69 billion, and the trade surplus is amounting to 3.8% of GDP. The agricultural sector is booming, with record grain production and rising export outside hydrocarbons amounting to $7 billion. And with Sonatrach securing several strategic partnerships with Europe and Asia, the country is also willing to expand its project regarding the valorization of phosphate. Social reforms are taking shape, with a rising purchasing power and the maternity leave extended to 5 months, the unemployment allowance alongside the favorable entrepreneurship climate put in place. The housing sector, for its part, is witnessing immense development, with 235,000 units scheduled for the year 2025, noting that between 2020 and 2024, 1.7 million units have been distributed. ADL 3 was also launched this year with a work plan of 2 million housing units. The education and health sectors are evolving too, with new hospitals, tech-focused academic programs, AI and cybersecurity are witnessing daylight. Moving on to the international scene, where Algeria is fully assuming its responsibilities with its unwavering positions and long-standing policy of non-alignment, while maintaining stable relations with strategic partners in Africa and in the world. Despite criticism, the results speak for itself. Algeria is moving forward. It's a country in motion, built by its people, driven by ambition and anchored in dignity.
Progressing Algeria to another story now, the Interior Minister Brahim Murad headed for Jijil province to pay tribute to the memory of the martyrs of duty, victims of the crash of a reconnaissance and surveillance plane belonging to the civil defense that occurred on Tuesday at the Farhat Abbas airport in Jijil. And in an atmosphere of piety, the Lieutenant Colonel Radwan Borji, the commander of the air group belonging to the civil defense victims of this plane crash, was buried at the cemetery of Antaya here in Algiers. The other victims were also buried in their provinces. The event was attended by government members, the local authorities, their families, as well as their colleagues. Representing the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, the War Veterans Minister Laïd Biga took part in the bicentennial official festivities marking the independence of Bolivia. A memorandum of understanding was signed on Wednesday between the Algerian Industrial Mining Group, SONARM, represented by its branch Somofos, and the Pakistani Fatima Fertilizer Company. The ceremony was chaired by the Energy Minister Mohammed Arqab. The agreement aims at consolidating bilateral cooperation in the mining industry and production of all types of fertilizers. It includes also exploring partnership and investment opportunities in the industrial projects for both the Algerian and the Pakistani markets. The State Secretary to the Foreign Affairs Minister in charge of the national community abroad took part in the proceedings of the UN Conference of Non-Coastal Developing Countries held in Turkmenistan. Taking the floor, Sufyan Shaib indicated that Algeria, as a transit country, has deployed concrete efforts to back these countries by a series of projects, including the African Road, the gas pipeline, and fiber optic liaison. To the weekly report of the People's National Army, which successfully thwarted attempts to smuggle 4.7878 quintals of processed cannabis in coordination with various security services. Regarding fight against terrorism and organized crime, PNA detachments discovered and destroyed 12 terrorist hideouts in Khenchla. Additionally, 5 individuals suspected of supporting terrorist groups were arrested across the national territory. Combined PNA units intercepted 41 drug traffickers and foiled attempts to smuggle more than 4 quintals of processed cannabis and seized huge quantities of psychotropic tablets in the southern regions of the country. The PNA detachment arrested 146 individuals and confiscated equipment used in illegal gold panning operations. Finally, coastal guards thwarted attempts of illegal migration and rescued 20 individuals aboard dignities throughout the country. You are still watching Canal. Coming up in our news. The Alama Farm here in Algiers is the top destination for the equestrian sport lovers and families looking for relaxation and leisure. The president of a French Algerian Federation denounces the rising anti-Algerian rhetoric in France and calls out for the far right for targeting binationals and Algeria's sovereignty. Amal Bouakba and Melissa Leila Balaman reports.
In today's tense French political climate, where anti-Algerian sentiment is on the rise, voices like Karima Khatim's are pushing back. The president of the French-Algerian Federation for Consolidation and Renewal denounces what she calls a hatred campaign by the far right, starting with French Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau.
We're seeing political charlatans, people who stigmatize to appeal to a radical fringe nostalgic to colonialism. Retailleau is one of them, but he doesn't represent most French people. Strip Algerian Islam from his platform and there's nothing left. Over the past decade, France has politicized Algeria. Just look at Eric Zemmour. Retailleau is part of that same chain. Zemmour, whose family came from colonized Algeria and gained French citizenship through the Crémieux Decree, now spent his time attacking Algeria.
Et justement, vous pouvez le voir à travers la stigmatisation des Algériens lorsqu'il y a un sujet comme Boualem Sansal.
The scapegoating is obvious. Look at Boualem Sansal. I've always said respect Algeria's sovereignty, its laws and justice. If he committed violations, let him be judged in Algeria. But now suddenly he's declared French. We've had enough and we won't be represented by last-minute naturalized individuals speaking our name.
Khatim also responds to calls for Algerian dual nationals told to pick a side.
Nous sommes 6 millions d'Algériens en France.
There are 6 million Algerians in France. We support cooperation and mutual respect between both shores. Algeria is our homeland and always will be. Gilbert Collard kept asking, who would you choose? But do we ask Israelis to choose? Were they questioned when they bombed civilians in Palestine? Were they jailed in France? No. It's clear Algeria Algeria is the target because of its history and because we won our freedom thanks to our martyrs.
Cette haine de la liberté des Algériens qui a été arrachée de la part et grâce à nos
Karima Khatim is adamant on reminding that many Franco-Algerian youth contribute deeply to French society and deserve more than constant stigmatization.
Karim Khatim speaking to our channel. Algeria's representative to the UN, Ammar Benjama, indicated during a session devoted to the situation in the Middle East that the double standard policy is no longer tolerated, calling for the opening of the crossing border point so that the humanitarian aid can reach the needy Palestinian people. To a related story as well, at least 20 Palestinians were killed on Wednesday, while dozens were injured in an accident of a lorry loaded with humanitarian aid. Worth mentioning that the vehicles carrying humanitarian aid are the main target of the Zionist attacks to keep famine in the Palestinian territories. The iconic Bay of Algiers crossing is back for its third edition. It will be held next Saturday, bringing together swimmers for an unforgettable challenge. Melissa Kebash has the details.
On the occasion of the third edition of the Bay of Algiers crossing, a press conference gathering organizers, athletes and media outlets was held with the aim of evoking the latest details regarding this sports event.
We've opted for 350 participants due to security measures and to ensure the smooth running of the event. All means have been indeed deployed. Civil defense will be present alongside security services.
Faire en sorte pour que l'événement soit une réussite, Inch'Allah. C'est un programme, je dirais.
I would say that it's a program that grants opportunity to everyone. We stress the necessity to include citizens as part of the sporting event.
Donc on touche à l'activité, ils profitent de l'activité.
While some participants are diving in purely for the joy and experience, others are coming with clear competitive goals.
Qui va me permettre aussi de voir
The event will allow me to finish my sporting season for this year. I won the last edition. I hope to do the same in this edition.
The event kicks off at 8 a.m. at the heart of the Bay of Algiers. Spectators are invited to cheer on the athletes and take part in this unique sporting event.
And we remain in Algiers, the capital, tucked away in the heart of Shrega. Lima offers a peaceful escape with its equestrian centre, lakeside trails and activities for children of all abilities. The space promises simple, meaningful moments in a setting designed for discovery and calm. Coverage by Sarah Derbel, taken up by Melissa Lila Balaman.
Here, the blaring horns of the city are replaced by birdsong and children's laughter. As far as the eye can see, trees, open land, a small lake, animals, and above all, an immediate sense of peace. Lima is not a typical farm. It also houses an equestrian center where both children and parents can learn the basics of horseback riding or simply enjoy special moments with the horses.
Franchement, j'ai vraiment beaucoup aimé. En plus, le lieu est juste magnifique.
I really loved it. Honestly, the place is just beautiful, right in the middle of nature. It's incredibly relaxing. The first thing my daughter and I did was ride a horse. There's a coach who guides you, gives you advice. You're not left on your own. It was my first time and my daughter is thrilled. She wants to come back and take actual lessons. They offer riding classes here, so I think that's what we'll do, weekly sessions.
Ma fille, elle est ravie et elle a envie de revenir carrément de prendre des cours parce que du coup finalement ils font des cours, donc du coup je pense qu'on va faire ça, on va prendre des cours à la semaine.
Although newly opened, the farm is still a work in progress. A few walls need finishing, fences are yet to be installed, but the essence is already there. Simple, vibrant life.
On a créé cet espace spécialement pour la famille algérienne.
We created this space especially for Algerian families so they can enjoy quality time with their children. There's a lake, as you can see, horseback rides, forest hikes, quad biking and jeep tours as well.
La forêt, on a le quad, On a des balades en jeep aussi.
Nos services généralement نخدموا مع les enfants.
Our services mostly cater to kids and schools. We also provide therapy sessions for children with autism and Down syndrome.
Les trisomiques, donc voilà.
Children, in fact, are at the heart of the project. Some were already attending lessons at the former location before the center moved to Sharaga.
نجي tous les jours هنا باش نركب cheval.
I come here almost every day to ride. It feels like one big family.
Comme deuxième famille تاعي.
No worries if you have never been on a horse before. Here, you are guided every step of the way.
There are rides and training sessions. It's therapeutic for those who want to relax and also a full sport for those who want to train. I'm with a person from start to finish, step by step, from beginner to pro.
Still under development, this educational farm already carries a beautiful promise, reconnecting with the land, with animals, and with the joy of sharing simple, precious moments right in the heart of Sharaga.
Elima, a place that gathers the Algerian families. With this, we come to the end of our news bulletin. Tomorrow, another day of the news. Keep tuning to our channels. Take care. Bye-bye for now.